Man UTD 0-2 Man City Bernardo, 53, Sane, 66, Manchester United Zai, De Gea, Lindelof, Darmian, Smalling, Young, Shaw, Pereira, Fred, Pogba, Lingard, Rashford Manchester City XI, Ederson, Zinchenko, Kompany, Laporte, Walker, Gundogan, Fernandinho, David Silva, Bernardo Silva, Sterling. Aguero City have 89 points, one more than rivals Liverpool, with both teams having 3 games to play. Second half goals from Bernardo Silva and Leroy Sane ensured a comfortable win for City against a United side that remain in 6th place, outside the Champions League qualification slots. United, smarting from their 4-0 hammering at Everton on Sunday, played with aggression and energy in the scoreless first half, but the game was put beyond them after the break. Bernardo Silva picked the ball up on the right flank and cut inside, surprising United keeper David De Gea with a low drive that sneaked in the bottom corner in the 54th minute. "12 minutes later, and City doubled their lead, Fred giving the ball away in midfield, Raheem Sterling breaking forward before feeding Sane on the left with the German's powerful drive flying in off the outstretched leg of De Gea. Bernardo Silva makes the breakthrough from distance. Leroy Sane doubles lead to Gea at near post. Manchester City reclaim top spot from Liverpool. You can't say that any of them didn't run 22-40. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, speaking to Sky Sports, "We got a reaction, and in the end we were beaten by a better team. But we got a reaction from fans and players and had a go. You can see the work rate was there, it wasn't good enough. There is a difference in quality. That is why they are top, and we are where we are." They have set the standard. Living in Manchester, we cannot be happy with that. It is up to us to close that gap and overtake them. Today you can't say that any of them didn't run. You could see clearly an intent and focus. We just need to keep working on it. City want to win it back, and by their aggression to win it back there will be fouls. They keep the ball high and are hungry to win it back. They stopped us very well. David De Gea made some terrific saves as well today. It is everyday work for everyone. He has high standards. When we are having a time like this, we need to stick together, batten the hatches down and keep working. We have to come back fighting on Sunday. We didn't play like Manchester United 22-35. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford speaking to Sky Sports, "Today we didn't play like Manchester United. It's not right. The bare minimum is to work hard and give all for the badge, the supporters, the club and yourself." It has been a tough road to get to where we are, to get there and not be putting up the same performances as we were in January is disappointing. We know what's been going wrong. It's mentality and willingness to run for your team. Forget the league and top 4, you don't lose this game. It's that simple as a Manchester United fan. We never call each other out, but we have to be real with each other. It's a matter of trying to improve each other. It's more getting back used to doing it on the pitch. They, the supporters, know we can do it. Forget the top four in the Champions League. We have to get to the bottom of it and start playing like Manchester United for ourselves. Roy Keane, 22:30. Sky Sports subscribers certainly got some bang for their buck with Roy Keane tonight. He thought Leroy, Sane, and Vincent Kompany looked so relaxed in their post-match interview that they could play another game. When was the last time Darmian played football? 3 months ago, asked Gary Neville. There's a reason for that, replied Keane. More dynamic. 22:25. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola speaking to Sky Sports. I understand the pressure we have, and obviously here at Old Trafford with Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard running behind. I told them we needed to play to win. It doesn't matter if we concede. Now we go to Burnley and we know how tough it will be. It's important to be calm. We are still not champions with 3 games left. It's incredible with the points we have and Liverpool have. I told the players don't read tomorrow, don't watch the television, just rest and sleep a lot and go in there against Burnley. We knew without Romelu Lukaku they would try more run in behind. The chances we lost came from us losing simple balls in the middle, and we changed things in the second half with Ilkay Gundogan in the middle and with Leroy Sane on. We were more dynamic. Both teams deserve the title. But it can be just one. The team that is going to lose can't have regrets because they have given everything. Normally with this kind of victory you can enjoy it the most, but we have to be calm. Touch map, 22:23. Alexis Sanchez touch map makes for hilarious viewing. There's one tiny dot on the halfway line, and that's it. Who on earth is going to pay his wages next season? We were patient. 22:20. Manchester City goalscorer Leroy Sane to BBC Sport. It was a difficult game. The first half we had problems, but in the end we did it well. We were patient and played our game. Pep Guardiola always tries to help us to see what we did not so good, as well as what we did good, showing us examples at halftime. In every game, if you sit on the bench you hope to come on. Especially in the derby. I was waiting and hoping. When Raheem passed the ball I knew I had to react quickly. We just try to enjoy and work hard and focus on us. It's in our hands. We need 3 wins. 22:15. Manchester City captain Vincent Kompany speaking to Sky Sports. We didn't start as well as we'd have liked it, but that can happen. We defended well when we needed to, and in the second half we got into our rhythm. In the second half we were there to score goals. It's significant because it's a derby. In the league, nothing is played out yet. Burnley is a difficult away game next, and there is plenty to play for both for us and Liverpool. We will deal with the other games in the next days. We need 3 wins. We cannot expect the opponent to drop points. We'll get back into our routine, and if everyone does the right thing, and this team prepares well, we always have a big chance to produce a good performance. Too easy, 22-10, Roy Keane isn't too impressed, although he doesn't really seem surprised with the outcome. It was an easy night for City. They'll be sitting in that dressing room thinking how comfortable that was. United never got going after halftime, he said on Sky Sports. Celebrations, 22:05, Manchester City were celebrating with their fans for about 10 minutes after the final whistle. They know tonight was the pivotal fixture in the run-in. City's remaining fixtures: Burnley, A, Leicester, H, Brighton, A. Liverpool's remaining fixtures: Huddersfield, H, Newcastle, A, Wolves, H. Bookmakers make City 1/4 favourites for the title with Liverpool at 3-1. Twitter roundup: Duncan, gulf in class between United and City tonight shouldn't come as a surprise. The table doesn't lie, they are 4 transfer windows behind what is needed to win a title, and that's assuming City and Liverpool stand still, which they won't. Sam: well, whoever wins this title has been sensational this season. The consistency of both Liverpool and Manchester City has been unprecedented. Someone will lose out with a frankly ridiculous points total. Very professional performance. Can't help but feel Pep Guardiola's decision to give Leroy Sane time against Spurs in the Champions League cost them massively. He's a tremendous player. He made a difference against Man United, and I'm confident he would have made an impact up against Kieran Trippier. Aaron: watching Bernardo Silva play football is a privilege. Fearless, 2200 hours, Pep Guardiola is the first manager to win 3 consecutive away Premier League matches at Old Trafford against Manchester United. The Red Devils also managed just 1 shot on target in the 90 minutes. Man Utd 0-2 Man City FT, and that's that. Manchester City are 3 wins from defending their Premier League crown after a 2-0 victory against their arch-rivals Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side delivered a much better performance and really put in a shift, but the gap in quality showed. '92, believe it or not, Maurizio Sarri's Chelsea are the big winners in the battle for Champions League qualification tonight. Arsenal and Manchester United have lost, leaving the Blues in fourth, a point clear, having played the same number of games. "90. Luke Shaw booked for a tactical foul on Bernardo Silva. Sergio Aguero and Ilkay Gundogan off, Gabriel Jesus and Danilo on. "4 minutes added time. 89. Well, I don't think Manchester United have touched the ball in 4 minutes. City fans signing their hearts out as United supporters head for the exit. 87. 6-3 Paul Pogba there, getting beaten in the air by 5-7 Raheem Sterling. "85. You're getting sacked in the morning," sing the Manchester City supporters. This will be a 7th defeat in 9 games for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Unless one of United's front 5 can change that. So many attacking players on the field now. 83. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's final roll of the dice is to introduce Anthony Martial and the mustache of Alexis Sanchez. Jesse Lingard and Matteo Darmian on. 81. More shaky stuff from David De Gea, whose low clearance is intercepted by Sane 30 yards from goal. He can't pick out an option to punish the Spanish stopper. 78. Gundogan looks to flick the ball over to Leroy Sane, but an acrobatic clearance from Smalling snuffs out the danger. "12 minutes for Manchester United to salvage something, no obvious sign of that happening." "75. United look more threatening since Lukaku's arrival. Just as I write that the Belgian slices an effort miles wide of the target." "73. Substitute Romelu Lukaku glides past Alexander Zinchenko and fires in a low shot." Ederson parries at his near post, and Jesse Lingard can't react quick enough. 70. David Silva is a very lucky boy. His rash and reckless boot to the waist of Pereira isn't seen by Andre Mariner. I expect that could see a retrospective ban. Romelu Lukaku replaces Andreas Pereira. 68. Manchester City have scored 157 goals in all competitions this season, the most by any side in English top-flight history, overtaking their own record from 2013-14. Man Utd 0-2 Man City Sane 66. That should be game, set and match. Manchester City have doubled their lead thanks to Leroy Sane, with a bit of help from Manchester United goalkeeper David De Gea. Raheem Sterling feeds it wide to the substitute, whose near-post strike bamboozles De Gea, who attempted to stop the ball with his legs. Nightmare for the Spaniard as he looks to the sky and shakes his head. 64. Poor. Paul Pogba slams the ball straight into the wall, and Ilkay Gundogan sends it straight to the moon. "63. Danger. Manchester United have a free kick just outside the City penalty area in a central position. Paul Pogba pulls rank and sends the rest away. 60. Usually when Manchester City take the lead they slow things down, and controlled the tempo. Not today. Manchester United have let the handbrake off and are going for this. 58. What? Heck knows how this is still 1-0 because Jesse Lingard has just wasted a golden opportunity from 2 yards away. Marcus Rashford scoops an effort across the 6-yard box, and the United winger swings at fresh air. .55 Woodwork. Sergio Aguero looks to add a second in the space of 2 minutes, but his driven effort flicks off the outside of the post. Man Utd 0-1 Man City Bernardo 53, goal. Manchester City makes the breakthrough. What a huge goal this could be in the race for the Premier League title. Bernardo Silva collects from Ilkay Gundogan before driving forward. Luke Shaw backs off, keeps backing off, and backs off some more before the midfielder scores with a measured near-post finish past David De Gea. Manchester City are top of the league 1 point ahead of Liverpool. .52 Oh boy. Massive blow for Manchester City. Fernandinho can't continue, and Leroy Sane is sent on. Strange that Pep Guardiola didn't let the physio work his magic. Very attacking change. .51 Brilliant stuff from Paul Pogba. He tiptoes his way past a couple of challenges before a sliding challenge from Fernandinho robs him of possession. The Frenchman is moving a bit gingerly after that tackle. As is Fernandinho, actually. Both are on the deck. 48 Can City carry over the momentum? Yes. Yes, they can. Bernardo Silva sets up a good opportunity when weaving through midfield and finding Raheem Sterling inside the box. His cutback from the byline is hooked away by Victor Lindelof. Man Utd 0-0 Man City 45, and we're back underway, folks. No changes from either side. I do hope we'll see a change in scoreline. Can't be having another overhyped goalless draw. We'll see if City can continue the momentum they built towards the end of the first half. Distance, HT, lots was made of Everton running 8 kilometers more than Manchester United on Sunday, so here's a statistic that may please Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. United players cumulatively covered 57.20 kilometers in that first half, while City players covered a total of 56. .55 kilometers. Totally meaningless if you ask me. Twitter roundup Peter, I don't want to be controversial, but it seems to me that Arsenal aren't doing very well in this game so far. Ashley, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a midfield that tracks back and presses but can't string 2 passes together. McTominay has to come on for Fred. He can't play a 5-yard pass without giving the ball away. Some encouraging signs for United. Must be more clinical with the final pass. Steady on Peter. 3-0 away to Wolves is a very credible scoreline. Man UTD 0-0 Man City HT level at the break. Manchester City started to take control in the late stages but couldn't break down a stubborn Manchester United resistance. The Red Devils look a totally different side to the one who suffered that embarrassing defeat to Everton on Sunday. Finely poised. Very finely poised at halftime. 47, Manchester United fans are livid as Ilkay Gundogan goes down clutching his calf after a late challenge from Jesse Lingard. Play continues before Marcus Rashford decides to knock it out of play to a chorus of boos from home supporters. .45, 2 minutes added time as Sergio Aguero drags a diagonal effort wide of the target. .44, ask and you shall receive. David Silva tiptoes his way past 3 defenders before finding Sergio Aguero with his back to goal. The Argentine flicks it over to Raheem Sterling, whose scuffed effort deflects before being held by David De Gea. Very nearly the breakthrough at Old Trafford. 42, Vincent Kompany looks for a quick 1-2, but spoons it straight in the air. Paul Pogba collects and is promptly fouled. The resulting free kick goes to Ederson. Please can we have a decent passage of play? 39 sums it up really. Manchester City win a free kick in a promising position and it's hooked straight out of play. Loads of huff and puff, not much quality in the final third. Wish I was watching Wolves' demolition of Arsenal now. 36, Manchester City have finally settled. They are keeping possession nicely and forcing United to drop deeper. Still no chances for Pep Guardiola's side, but you sense the hosts have knackered themselves out. Raheem Sterling times his run to perfection to meet Fernandinho's lofted pass, but the winger's touch is poor. Goal kick. 35, blimey. Arsenal now 3-0 down against Wolves, and it's only just gone half-time. 33, where's this effort been in the last 4 weeks? Manchester United covering every inch of this pitch and ruffling plenty of City feathers. .30, crucial interception from Fernandinho, who stops a certain goal. Young plays a sweeping free kick through the corridor of uncertainty, and the midfielder manages to hook it clear with Marcus Rashford waiting for a tap-in. .27, oh this is getting feisty. A second booking in as many minutes when Zinchenko is a little too physical on Young. Pep Guardiola gives the Manchester United star a ticking off from the sidelines. 25, booked, very naughty from Pereira, who dives in late on Zinchenko. Aguero and Sterling are pleading with the referee to show him a card and Andre Marina obliges. Yellow. 23, Arsenal now 2-0 behind. Wolves work a short corner into a crossing position and Matt Doherty rises to double the lead. The Gunners are of shambles tonight. 20. Drama. Goodness me, this is breathtaking stuff. First, David De Gea blocks a thunderbolt from Bernardo Silva, and seconds later Ederson is forced into action. The Manchester City goalkeeper anticipates a through ball to Marcus Rashford and rushes off his line to claw it away. The striker stays down in a heap, wanting a penalty. No dice. 18. Beautiful long pass from Paul Pogba, who finds Jesse Lingard on the overlap. The midfielder's volley loops over Ederson, but drifts wide of the target. Very tough chance. Vincent Kompany has received more yellow cards than any other player in the Manchester derby in the Premier League. 10. Close. Chris Smalling is a relieved man, having wrong-footed David De Gea with a deflection from Raheem Sterling's low effort. Soft touch allowed the Spanish stopper to recover. 13. Pep Guardiola looks a worried man. His side have looked shaky, vulnerable and a little bit nervous. Still, better start than Arsenal, who trail Wolves courtesy of a Ruben Neves free kick. Rattled. Ederson is ridiculously casual between the sticks, with Marcus Rashford breathing down his neck. His pass to Vincent Kompany doesn't have enough on it, and the centre-back just about hacks it clear. Kompany now booked for a body check on Marcus Rashford. That was his third warning in 10 minutes. Manchester United have made more tackles in this opening 8 minutes than they did in the whole game against Everton. Certainly a spirited show of commitment thus far. 5. Vincent Kompany gets away with one there as he tugs back Marcus Rashford, who is looking to sprint onto a lofted Paul Pogba pass. Referee Andre Mariner doesn't spot it, nor does this supposedly Liverpool supporting linesman. Well, that back five really is a back five. The Manchester United players have struck rigidly to their defensive formation inside the opening 3 minutes. Could be tough for Aguero to find any space tonight. 1. Shane Long's new fastest Premier League goal record is safe. No goals in the opening 7 seconds. Congratulations, Shane. Man UTD 0-0 Man City 1, y'all ready? Okay, we're underway in the biggest Manchester derby in years. Expect fireworks. Why am I nervous? The only interest I hold in this fixture is Sergio Aguero as my fantasy football captain. Here they come, 1956. Love seeing the cameras from inside the tunnel at Old Trafford. Anyway, actually, the Roy Keane versus Patrick Vieira feud always springs to mind. Any drama? Nope. David De Gea and Ederson embrace. Victor Lindelof and Ederson embrace. In fact, Ederson is hugging everyone. Nice fella. We know what to do. 1953, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola, we have to win 4 games to retain our title. It is not an easy place to go, but it is a nice place to go. We know exactly what we have to do. It is a derby and all the times we play against United they are special games and players do their best. "10-minute warning 1950, just 10 minutes until all hell breaks loose at Old Trafford. They have been underway at Molineux for 5 minutes, but nothing to report yet. I'll keep you updated if anything happens." Threw Jose under the bus as 1948, former Manchester United captain Roy Keane on Sky Sports. These are the same players that threw Jose Mourinho under the bus and they will do exactly the same to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Leopards do not change their spots. There are too many bluffers at the club to get Manchester United back to the top. The very fact that we are talking about United trying to finish 4th tells you about how the standards at the club have dropped at the club on and off the pitch. It's not up to the manager to motivate the players. You have to motivate yourself. At Manchester United you have to be up for every game. The fact that Ole has had to talk about it in the days afterwards, he must be hugely embarrassed. Vintage Keane, 1945, wow. Roy Keane on Paul Pogba needs to be turned into a feature-length film. Sky Sports interviewed the Manchester United midfielder earlier this week in which Pogba speaks honestly about the desire to do better, fight for the shirt and show his commitment to the cause. "What do you think of that, Roy?" asks presenter Dave Jones. "I wouldn't believe a word he said," Keane replied. "I heard it got heated after the Everton loss. The players were throwing their hair gel at each other. The form, 1940, while City have been powering on, winning their last 10 league games and competing for the quadruple until just last week, United have hit a rut. Quite an understatement there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side have lost 6 of their last 8 in all competitions, including Sunday's embarrassing 4-0 thrashing at Everton. On the face of it, this should be an easy win for City, but that does not take into account the unique pressures of a derby or history which shows this fixture can often throw up surprises. United also need the points in their battle for a top 4 place. Add to that the tension City will undoubtedly be feeling and the determination of a group of United players to recover from a blow to their professional pride, and nothing can be taken for granted. Elsewhere, 1935, I should mention that Arsenal are also in action tonight. They travel to top 6 killers Wolves as Unai Emery's side look to leapfrog Chelsea into 4th position. You can follow that live by clicking here. Wolves, Rui Patricio, Bennett, Cody, Bolick, Doherty, Dendinger, Neves, Joe Moutinho, Johnny, Jimenez, Jota. Arsenal, Leno, Maitland-Niles, Papastathopoulos, Koscielny, Monreal, Pereira, Xhaka, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, Iwobi, Lacazette. Roy's verdict 1930. Sky Sports pundit Roy Keane has delivered his verdict on tonight's Manchester United lineup. "You obviously can't change 11 players" is a personal favorite line. Asked his thoughts on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side, Keane said, "Yeah, Solskjaer could have made more changes, but you also then have to focus on the next game," Keane said. "You obviously can't change 11 players, although I'm sure he was tempted. But he will be looking for a reaction." Obviously, it's been well documented how disappointed he was after the game. He spoke about, I suppose, a lack of pride the players showed. "I think we can always forgive players having a bad performance. But if you don't sprint and close people down, then there's going to be big huge question marks." So he will be hoping, whether he believes it or not, he will be hoping for a reaction from these players. "People are saying it's the ideal game for them. I'm not sure. I'll be thinking maybe more Huddersfield or Fulham at home to get a win under your belt." Via Giffy Half and Half Scarves, 1927. If you happen to be in the Old Trafford area and have a spare £10 in your pocket, why not buy a delightful, tasteful half and half scarves from the shy vendors around the stadium? Be quick, they are selling like hotcakes. Bad omen 1924. Each of Manchester United's last 3 permanent managers has lost their first league meeting with Manchester City in charge of the club, David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho, with Sir Alex Ferguson the last to win his first such contest, 2-0 in March 1987. Line O, 1920. Manchester City fans may not be happy with the Premier League after BeIN pundits Richard Keys revealed the linesman for their clash with Manchester United tonight as a Liverpool fan. City travelled to Old Trafford knowing a win would put them back to the top of the Premier League, but things may be harder than they were expecting after the controversial decision to appoint a Liverpool fan as the linesman for the game. Andre Mariner will be the man with the whistle, and he will be assisted by Scott Ledger and Simon King. Craig Pawson will be the 4th official, but Keys has sensationally revealed that Ledger is a Liverpool fan. He tweeted, "I can't see why anything should go wrong. Officials always call a decision as they see it, but why is Scott Ledger a Liverpool fan running the line tonight? Who makes these decisions? Are we short of assistants? Imagine." Just imagine, stand by for hours, days, weeks, years and decades of conspiracy theories if Mr. Ledger plays a starring role. Team News Manchester City 1918. Just the 3 changes for Pep Guardiola, who fields a much more tried and tested starting side. Vincent Kompany, David Silva and Fernandinho all start with Phil Foden dropping to the bench and Kevin De Bruyne and John Stones both missing. Leroy Sane on the bench, again. Team News Manchester United 1915, an experimental side? I think that's a fair assessment. Not sure I would tinker this much after a 4-0 drubbing to Everton. Anyway, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer makes 5 changes to the side that were thrashed. Matteo Darmian, Luke Shaw, Andreas Pereira, Ashley Young and Jesse Lingard all come in with Phil Jones, Diogo Dalot, Nemanja Matic, Romelu Lukaku and Anthony Martial all making way. So United playing a 3-5-2 with Victor Lindelof, Chris Smalling and Ashley Young or Matteo Darmian forming the central defensive partnership. Surely Young at RB, right? Twitter roundup poll, as a United fan I don't care who wins the title. I just want to see our players show some heart, passion and pride in the shirt tonight, even if we lose. Most of the squad have 4 games left to prove they deserve a place at this club. Wayne, as a United supporter, I would prefer Liverpool to win the title. To be honest, I wish United had got Klopp when he was available. The days of the big rivalry between United and Liverpool only exist when they play each other. City, on the other hand, are only amateurs when it comes to winning titles. Tom, Ashley Young starts. Rip United. Short and sweet there, Tom. Thanks for the contribution. Up and running 1905. Coverage is underway on Sky Sports, who have blessed us with a real treat. No, not the spoken word poetry that seems to precede all big games these days. It's Roy Keane. The former Manchester United star is in the studio alongside Gary Neville, Graham Souness, Sean Goder and Joe Hart. I'm expecting fireworks and will keep you abreast of any and every hilarious moment. Starting XI, 1900 hours, wow. Here are tonight's starting XI. We'll dissect this all in a few moments. There's quite a lot to touch on, as you'll see. Manchester United XI, De Gea, Lindelof, Darmian, Smalling, Young, Shaw, Pereira, Fred, Pogba, Lingard, Rashford. Subs: Romero, Sanchez, Mata, Lukaku, Martial, Dalot, Matic. Manchester City XI, Ederson, Zinchenko, Kompany, Laporte, Walker, Gundogan, Fernandinho, David Silva, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Aguero. Subs: Muric, Danilo, Sane, Mahrez, Otamendi, Jesus, Foden. How do City replace Kevin De Bruyne? 1858. City have suffered a big blow with the loss of their key playmaker Kevin De Bruyne. Admittedly, KDB has already missed quite a lot of the season and City have coped well, but his performances in recent games have been outstanding. His absence will put pressure on other players who have foot-long campaigns. David Silva would be an obvious replacement having sat out at the weekend, but he has been under par lately. It could mean another opportunity for Phil Foden, but that would be asking a lot of a youngster who has only been used sparingly so far. The weather 1855, well, it wouldn't be England if we didn't talk about the Manchester weather, which has been utterly biblical. thunder, lightning, and driving rain, and the video below is almost certainly a visual representation of United's defending against Everton on Sunday. Twitter roundup: Roy, if we were not in contention for a top 4 finish, then I'd definitely not have any problem seeing City win tonight. City winning the title, rather than Liverpool, is the lesser of two evils by a fair distance. We'll never hear the end of it if Liverpool win the league. However, lose tonight and we'll be condemned to a season of Europa League, so it's a case of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'll say win tonight, but only on the condition that Wolves then beat Liverpool. Ronan, it's such a difficult one to call. After such a long run of poor results, my head rules we must get back to winning ways and fight for a top 4 finish by beating City, even when it seems pretty unlikely. But my heart is telling me we can't let Liverpool have one hand on the league trophy. What's one more defeat, right? It will be bad enough having to witness them winning the league, but if we also give them a helping hand, that would be unforgivable. Goodness me, Manchester United fans are struggling here. Can we call it a win-win instead? Aren't United fans in two minds about this game? 1848, this is the other interesting factor in play. There is little United fans would hate more at the moment than to see their fiercest rivals, Liverpool, win the title. They know beating City, or even just taking a point against them, would hand the Merseysiders the initiative. Helping City retain the crown would hardly be appetizing either, though, and losing derby games is certainly not something they can usually stomach. It is a dilemma for United fans with no happy outcome. It could make for an odd atmosphere, although it is debatable whether such things seep into players' minds. Evening, 1845. Hello everyone and welcome to our live coverage of the Premier League. Well, Wednesday nights don't get much bigger than this, right? Title favourites Manchester City face rivals Manchester United in a crucial derby at Old Trafford that will have huge implications in the Premier League. Obviously nothing will be finalised tonight, but United are the biggest hurdle left facing Liverpool or City in the run-in. Ordinarily City would be expected to beat their final 3 opponents Burnley, Leicester, and Brighton, and likewise Liverpool should be confident against Huddersfield, Newcastle, and Wolves. If City can claim the derby spoils, they will become clear favourites, even with just a 1-point lead. But would United rather keep their Champions League qualification hopes alive and restore some pride, or help Jurgen Klopp's side claim their first Premier League title? This is going to be mega. Stand by. Man United vs Man City team news. Luke Shaw is available for Manchester United's derby clash with Manchester City. Shaw has missed United's last 3 games with domestic and European bans, but will come back into contention. Phil Jones is a doubt after hobbling off in Sunday's 4-0 defeat at Everton, but Ander Herrera, Eric Bailly and Antonio Valencia are pushing to be available. Manchester City are without midfielder Kevin De Bruyne. The Belgian playmaker suffered a hamstring injury in Saturday's victory over Tottenham. Goalkeeper Claudio Bravo, Achilles, remains a long-term casualty, but City have no other fitness concerns. Provisional squad: De Gea, Romero, Grant, Dalot, Darmian, Bailey, Valencia, Young, Jones, Shaw, Lindelof, Rojo, Smalling, Herrera, Fred, Matic, McTominay, Pereira, Pogba, Lingard, Mata, Martial, Sanchez, Lukaku, Rashford. Provisional squad: Ederson, Danilo, Stones, Otamendi, Kompany, Laporte, Mendy, Zinchenko, Delph, Fernandinho, Gundogan, De Silva, Mahrez, Foden, Sterling, Sane, Aguero, Jesus.